is the Tokyo Butter 23 sneaker channel. I bring you daily content. Tokyo Butter 23 のスニーカーチャンネルです。毎日アップするので、ぜひ見てください。Every single day. I can't believe I've actually managed to do this for like 2 months. It's a new channel, but every single day I am bringing you those sneaker reviews and that sneaker content. And today's no different. I've got a cracking sneaker to review for you today. It's the Adidas ZX 4000 4D. As I said in the introduction, today we're reviewing the Adidas ZX 4000 4D. No, not the Adidas ZX Spectrum. Anyone from the UK who was into their computers in the 80s will remember ZX was a huge company in the UK. I doubt it made it out there into the wider world, but ZX Spectrums were huge. So when I see these Adidas ZX 4000s, I'm reminded of my childhood and those Adidas ZX Spectrums. But alas, there's no connection between that awesome computer of my childhood and these fantastic sneakers, except to say technology, sneakers crashed together to make this phenomenal sneaker. In a similar way, Nike Adapt BBs are taking technology and crashing them together with sneakers and getting phenomenal sneakers over there at Nike. And here we have Adidas doing the same. And we've seen these 4Ds dropping before, and I'm going to bring you a review of the upcoming release with a little look back at some of the releases that have come before. Now, before we get into the sneaker, as I like to do, I always like to tell you what's coming tomorrow. And tomorrow is the Air Jordan 1 Turbo Green, a sneaker I thought about reviewing 3 weeks ago, decided against it. Glad I did for specific reasons you'll find out tomorrow, but make sure that you hit subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you get that review tomorrow as well as this review today. It's going to be an absolute cracker. But for now, let's get into these Adidas ZX 4000 4Ds, and it does say 4D because the midsole is printed on a 4D printer. That's a heck of a mouthful to say all of that, but yes, printed on a 4D printer. And the first iterations of these that came out were absolutely fire. I'll pop up a screenshot. They're a grail for me. I'll be honest. I absolutely loved them. When they came out and I saw the price tag, I was like, I can't afford that kind of money with a 1-year-old daughter and a full-time job. There's no way I can shell out like $400, $500 for a pair of sneakers, but I did absolutely love them. But that very first 4D iteration seemed to be the first and the last cool 4D that Adidas were able to design, and I don't know why. If you look at some of the releases since then, like this one here, the upper and the midsole don't go together well at all. They keep trying to make that the selling point. Look at this banging upper on this amazing midsole, but to me they don't go together at all. It's like somebody designed the upper in total ignorance of the midsole and didn't know what the midsole looked like, and then they just put them together without actually having looked at the two things together. And unfortunately, it's the same on this latest model for me, the ZX 4000 4D. What they've done is they've taken an old upper from an old sneaker on the Adidas line, they've updated it with prime knit on the upper, so it does have that latest technology and that latest feel, so it's going to be a great feel and a great sneaker to wear with that prime knit technology. But they've taken that old stylized upper and stuck it on a 4D midsole, which is a phenomenal piece of futuristic technology, and to me they don't jive. Some people say they do. Personally, I disagree. I think the upper is way too busy. There are way too many panels and different little bits of coloring on the upper. If you look at it up here, you can see the different sections and the different overlays and the different panels. And then if you look at the midsole with that kind of uniform pattern of the 4D printing, I don't think these go together well at all. And at the price tag, which again is going to be phenomenally high, I'll be amazed if these things sell out. There is one element of this sneaker that I do actually like though, and that is the ZX 4000 branding throughout. There are a couple of really neat places, I think at the bottom of the lacing system and towards the heel counter, where you've got some neat places where they've got that ZX 4000 branding, which does add an actual element of futuristicness about this sneaker and this upper, and I do like that in the sneaker, but it's not enough to offset my failings in the sneaker and the parts about the sneaker that I do not like. Overall, it's a bit of a dud for me. Adidas, it feels like you're trying too hard. Just stick to the middle of the road and go with regular sneaker releases instead of trying to be innovative and sort of like wild and I don't know, it feels like you're trying too hard these days, Adidas. Just stick to the middle of the road. You were doing great with the Ultra Boost there for a few years until like December with the Ultra Boost 2019's dropped, but you're doing great with the Ultra Boost, doing great with the Yeezys, but it just really feels like you're pushing too hard, trying too much, Adidas. Stick to something a little bit more simple than this. Okay, that's my review of the Adidas ZX 4004Ds. It's not my kind of sneaker, but it might be your kind of sneaker. And maybe there's something about it I didn't bring up in the review today that you know that you can tell me, and I appreciate it when people do that. If you've got a comment about the sneaker, make sure you leave it down below, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell, because tomorrow the Air Jordan 1 Turbo Green is going to be an absolutely cracking review. I'm really looking forward to bringing it to you. For now, it's time for me to say thank you for checking out my content today, and I will definitely 100% guaranteed see you tomorrow. Thank you for checking in today, guys. I really appreciate your being here and viewing my content. Over here we have the channel subscribe button. Channel登録ぜひお願いします. Over here we have the video I recommend you watch next. こちらはおすすめです. And up here we have a link to the channel introduction video. こちらはチャンネルのプロフィールのvideoです. Check them out. Clicking on them really helps the channel.